Well, my friends, I'm back, and I see that I needed a couple extra days to finish up on my sweater while you were finishing up on yours, because I really wanted to have my sweater ready for Easter. And of course, I wanted to wear it for a show and tell for you and have a sit and chat so that we can talk about this design that we made from scratch, from a beautiful stitch, and how it came together. And, I'd like to hear your input, and I'll tell you, what I think. Anything that I think could be changed or anything that will help. So while we're finishing up, I thought it would be fun to, I was going to make one of my little accent charms. So I'm calling this Jay's Accent Happy Easter Charm. It's a Happy Easter charm that is simple and easy to make with just a few beads. You can have the top of the line beads, or you can have something real simple. I have a lot of beads, and shout out to my friend Minnie. She's getting into beads. Hey, Minnie, I saw your video and I left you a message. Be careful of the beads, Minnie. You'll start buying them and you won't have anywhere to put them. You'll just have beads everywhere, just like me. And I never think to use them that much, only because I don't see as well anymore. I just can't see and move my fingers like I could, some time ago. So let's get right into it. Jay's Accent. This is my Happy Easter Charm tutorial just for you. You can make it special for yourself or for someone for Easter during this blessed Easter season. All right, so let me just show you just right up close how they look. These are real simple. These, like I said, I'm not a bead person and I don't see that well. And this is one still in progress, but I started out with maybe a like the standout bead, the charm, whatever it is that I want to kind of match up. Then I just randomly go through some of the beads that I have, and all you need is a chain and a little lobster claw clasp right here at the top, and the little and your little circles. I forgot what you call them. You can tell I'm a bead person, not a bead person. But you just need the little slip rings to join them. And you can make them as fancy as you like. Like I said, this one's in progress. So I'll lay it right here. Here's another one. This one has the angel. It's the main part of, it's the main item that I'm trying to match. So there's my angel, and then I just go ahead. Of course, I have a chain, and then I have my lobster clasp right up here at the top. That will lock on to the sweater or shawl or anything that you're going to put it on. Then I just have some beautiful accent beads that matches whatever my main bead is. Does that make sense? All right, let's see one more. Of course, I'll show you the ones that I've got out. Here's one, like I say. Here's one with a beautiful cross. I couldn't find any gold crosses. I kind of forgot when I went to the store, when I went over to Joann's, but they didn't have a lot of crosses at all. They had a lot of little silver ones. So I thought, well, that'll be okay to just show you how I put them together. But you can see I have the cross as the main bead there, or accent. Then I simply just picked out beads that I thought would go with either what the item is going on. This one went on a beautiful shawl that had a little lavender or purple in it. So that's the kind of beads I picked out. Does that make sense? Okay. So now let's look over here. You may not can see it that well, but I'll just pick it up. Here is a simple blue angel. These are just little angel charms that you can get anywhere. Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby. There's a pretty blue one. So then I reached in and got some silver and some pearl beads. Here's a really pretty little peach one. little pink one or peach one right there. They're just so small and just delicate and cute. And here's a pretty green one. Of course, I love green, so that would be something I would really want to put on something special. See, there's a pretty green one right there. So I simply reached over and got beads to match that I can add to it. Alright, you just need some basic simple tools. Like I said, I am not a bead person. I bought a set years and years ago from Michael's, and I think there was like a 4-piece set or a 3-piece set. It might have been 4, I can't remember. But it was like $10, and then with the coupon, see, it was hardly nothing. Of course, these are not top-notch tools. These are just for the novice like me. If you were doing this where you were selling beads, you need really good tools. These are just for fun. Alright, now on this particular accent, all you need, like I said, you have your charms and some beads to match. You got your accent beads, and then you just put fine beads to match. Then you need about 3 or 4 inches of just chain where you just cut off. I buy chain in, they come in a pack, or you can get it off a roll, but a lot of times everybody's busy and nobody can roll it off or something. So here is, what is this? Hill something, I can't read the name. Alright, Hill Den Joe or something. But anyway, it comes in a pack, and then you can just, you just take your little cutters and cut off about 4 inches. 3-4 inches, depending on how long you want them, whether it's silver or gold, whatever you're working with. Then you're going to have your little slip rings. Now what I like to do on the slip rings is go ahead, take them and open them up, take my tool and open them up so that when I get ready to work with them, I don't have to struggle, like I said, because I don't see as well anymore. So I just go ahead and open them up with my little pliers, with the little tools that it comes with. And like I said, here's some extra crosses. They didn't have much of a selection, but I got some extra ones anyway, because that's always pretty. People love to get crosses at Easter. That would make a really pretty charm accent. Okay, and there's some beads to match that. So let's get into it. Like I say, I'm just going to take it the easy route because, like I say, I don't do this much anymore, but it's good to have it, and it's fun, and plus I've got a whole bunch of beads. So be careful, my friend Minnie. Beads will start to multiply. Alright, let me kind of rearrange things, and I'll be right back. So let's get started. We're going to start out real simple. And, I also meant to tell you, you will need some head pins. Head pins are found over in the same area. You're going to find all these jump rings and beads and chains. They're little pins that have kind of a stopper on the end so that the bead won't fall off when we start stacking the beads. So that's where we're going to start. Alright, the first step I want to do is take, like I said, let me remind you again, this just helps. If you go ahead and open all of your jump rings, just take your little tools and twist them open slightly, and it's going to save you a headache and a lot of time. If you're like me, you're not a professional. We're just novice. So I'm going to take my first piece of chain, about, like I said, I'd say 4 inches. This is a little shorter than 4 inches, but you're going to need a good 4 inches. Okay, you can make them longer if you want to. You can go 5 inches, depending on, what the look you want or what you're going to put it on. Alright, so, but here it is. Now I want you to hold it like halfway. Alright, now I want you to drop one side a little longer so that you have something that looks like a long end dangling and a short end. You see that? Alright, right here at the top, I've already opened my rings, which is going to save me a lot of time and a lot of headache. And I'll move my hand in just a minute. Let me go ahead and get it on here. I'm going to slip this into one of those loops, one of those chains, so that I have a long side like that. You see it? And I have a short side, so not directly in the center. Now I'm going to pick up one of the lobster clasps, put it on there. In fact, I'm going to switch hands. Put it on so that it's on. So now I have a chain and a clasp. Now I'm not going to close it yet because I want to add a few little accent beads up here in that jump ring along with the clasp. This is when I'm going to take my head pin. I start from small and work up. So I'm going to find a small bead. Now this is where the part that, I have to kind of hunt for everything because can't see that well. I got my glasses, but like I said, I made my appointment. I didn't realize how off I am. But you see how it holds that bead on? That bead won't fall off. So everyone knows what that is. It's just a little pin. Now I'm going to start stacking. I'm just going to reach up in my stash, my little stack of beads that I have over here, and just see what I can get to make it look pretty. Okay, I went from a little bead to maybe a larger bead right there. See that? Then, they have little spacers you can get also. Little silver or gold, just a little spacer. See that? So I'll stick that on there. And then I'm going to look and go, what else can I make just to make this interesting? Just to kind of see what would be interesting. Well, I didn't take out enough beads, did I? Could have taken out more. All right, let's just put another. I want another blue one on top. Let's try this one. There's something. That looks strange. You just want them to look unique, So there's that. Let me just see if I'm in the frame. Know how to hold my hand. There might be a shadow, but you just don't know how the light's going to hit things. Okay, but you see how the bead is on there. All right, now the next thing I need to do, I have the head pin in there, but it's still really long, so I need to take my little cutters right here. Now watch, I'm going to move up, leave a good little space between the bead and where I want to cut. Now I'm going to cover it with my hands as I cut because this will jump everywhere and it could be dangerous. So I'm going to put my little cutters there. Now I'm going to cover my hand as I just simply snip. You hear it pop. There it is. This flies all over this little piece and that could be dangerous. So now I kept it from flying over. So by covering it with my hands, now I have a shorter little piece of wire sticking out. This is when I'm going to take one of my little funny nose pliers. Now if you follow the bead people, they have certain things they do, but they're professionals. They go 90 degrees and then back, and that doesn't work for me. I tried that and I couldn't figure it out. So all I want is to get some kind of little circle or ring or something. So I'm going to start here at the very top, and I'm just going to roll this over as far, and then I'm going to go up here at the top and continue to roll, and then I'll bend. It may bend out of shape, so I'll bend it back. This part is trial and error. It may not be perfect, but all I need is to try to get some closure. See, and it spins. That's the only thing. I don't know how they keep it from spinning, but it spins. So now you can't really see this that well, but I got to get it in place. So you're going to have to just work with it to get this bent. And all the while it's spinning. I just don't understand how they... Okay, so I got something that looks like a little circle. Like a little opening there. That's all I need. And then you try to kind of close it up at the bottom. Because now I'm going to add this to that same jump ring that's holding the wire and the lobster clasp. See there? Now there's 3 things hanging on that. Now before I lose it, and it's so easy to drop it, everything falls off, I'm going to grab one side with these little pliers, then I'm going to grab the other side, then I'm going to just twist them back to line up. Just twist them back nice and smooth. Don't overdo it, and that little circle lines back up, and now they're all on here. And we can come back later and make sure that they're really tight and all that. Like I said, we're just novice, right? I'm just trying to Like if there's still a little gap, we can come back later and kind of pinch them together a little more. We just don't want things to fall off. And if this little thing down here is not tight enough, now I can go back and just kind of pinch it in there again just to get it in there. Alright, so that's the first thing. It's not in the center, so one side is longer, one side is shorter. That makes sense. Now I'm going to, on the short, let's see, on this short side right here, this is where I'm going to stick the angel. There's a long chain and then there's a short chain. I'm going to pull that short chain out. Now I'm going up here and I'm going to grab my angel. What's so good about the angel, this angel or this charm comes already on a little tiny jump ring. So you may not can see it, I hope you can. See, it has a little jump ring at the top, so that's going to make it easy. And I've already opened all my jump rings over here. That's going to make it easy. So I simply take a jump ring. I slide the angel on. Well, I can put it on the chain first. I'm putting it on the short end of the chain. And then I slide her onto that same jump ring. Now, before I can breathe or sneeze, take my little pliers with the little blunt nose and then line those two little ends, just lightly twist, line them back up. Now I have a, let me move this so you can see it. I have the top where the chain and the little added bead. Then I have the angel, but then now I have this chain that's a little longer than the angel sticking out right there. If I had made this 4 inches, it would be down a lot further. Okay, now this is where I want to add something that's going to kind of end the chain. So I'm going to need another head pin. So I need another one. Now I want to decide, okay, now how do I want to stack these? I need another, I want to stack again. I can start with a blue or end with a blue. Let's see, what do I want to do? This is all just fun, fun, fun. I hope I'm in camera. Hope I didn't get too much out of camera. Just trying to see these holes. All right, oops, now that bead fell off, so that means that hole, so I need a little bead, a little smaller. That one fell off. Let's try this one. You don't want, nope. So I got to go smaller. I have to go to this blue one because that's all I have. So I go back to that little blue one, or a little small one. See that? You have to have one to be at the bottom. Now let's do something really fun. All right, here is, I had something that had, these are called bead caps. So I'm going to stick a bead cap on this one just to make it look, see, it's a little thing that catches the bead. It's a little piece of wire, a little fancy piece of wire that catches the bead. So I'm going to see if I can slip this large bead and see how it looks. If I can find the hole. Can't see, people. Man, it's hard to, let me look at it. I know it's got to be a hole in here somewhere. Boy, I can't even find it. Hold on. I'll bring it back in camera. Well, that's a strange bead. There it is. Woo! Okay, so now we'll push that all together in just a minute. But now I have a little blue bead. I have a bead cap to kind of cup around that large bead I just put on. Okay, now I don't have much color, so let's see if I can find something with a little color to add, just to make it interesting. Let's go here and put on here's a pearl bead. Let's see how that looks. I stuck a pearl bead on there. Then I'm going to stick one small one at the top to stop everything, because I got to have enough to make my little circle. So, you know, you have to be creative. I think I need something right here. Here's one of these spacers. Let's do a spacer. Let's put a spacer right here. and see if I have enough room. If I put the bead on top, okay, can I make a circle? Okay, so now this is a long end on this one, but it's real pretty, and it looks angelic for an angel. All right, so now I'm going to take, I don't need to cut any off this because I got barely enough to make the circle, so I'm just going to start up here at the top, and I'm going to rotate it around as much into a circle as possible. Stop, come back, and go back a little bit, and continue to rotate till I can try to close this circle up. Now, if it gets too bent out of shape, you'll just have to pull it back a little bit. Oops, sorry, hit the camera. And continue to rotate it around. There we go. I got that one pretty good. That is the only part of this, because this thing, it swivels as you're working with it. You'll see once you start. But I got enough of a opening that I'm going to find one that's open. I already have open a jump ring. I put it at the end of this chain, just like that. Then I add this last little decoration. It's nice and long and really fancy. Now I take my two little pliers with the funny little tips, and all I'm going to do is slowly close the circle so that the two ends, 2 points, meet each other. And we can come back and make sure and tighten up later, but let's get it done. So now, look, I have a clasp at the top, jump ring with the extra beads here, the decorative beads. I have my angel charm dangling by itself. Then this long chain with this beautiful set of beads at the very bottom. And hence, here is a beautiful happy Easter charm. Now I'm going to take it out of my hand and lay it down here so you can see it. Is that pretty? Let's see, can I lay it on the card and come closer? Get everything kind of spread out so you can see it. And I'll bring it up to the camera. Look at that. What do you think of that? Isn't that pretty? Now I'm going to lay that over here so I can look at it. So now I know how to do the next one. Alright, so real quick, well, let me reset my camera, make sure I have battery, and then we'll do maybe one more. Back in just a minute. Alright, so I've recharged my battery, and believe it or not, once you get started, really, you want to try another, and then you want to try another, and then you think of other ideas, and then you find some more beads. So, like you say, oh, it just starts to grow. But while I was off camera, I went ahead and cut a longer piece of chain than what I had so that I can really see it. So again, the first thing I want to do, make sure that you've pulled open your little split rings, and then you want to grab your chain and then make one side shorter like that. You got a long side and a kind of a short side. Then that's where you want to stick your jump ring in. I don't know why I can't remember jump ring. Then you want to add your lobster clasp. And then we're going to add maybe some decorative beads right there on this side, with the clasp. So now I'm going to work on the green. It's just pretty green, so I'm going to take my head pin. I'm going to find a very small bead that will hold, that won't fall off. So let's see, here's one. Start with the small, oops, that's falling. Oh, I'm going to have to find something really little. Okay, I see I've got to find something really, well, here's a little silver one. I'll borrow this one over here, see if this one will work. Ooh, that looks large too. Nope, it's got to be, it depends on what size is your head pin. If your head pin is real small, now they have large head pins and everything. I happened to pick one, didn't look. So now I'm going to look at my little box. Oh, I see a little tiny one right here. See, I'm looking in some of my beads. And I see this little tiny one. I can tell that has a little hole. So I'll take it out. It don't even have to match. Just as long as there's a bead to stop the other beads from falling off the pin. So I'm going to just take this. And see, boy, it's so small I can't even hardly see it. Let me lay it on this towel, on this light background so I can see it. Okay, man. Here we go. Okay, now you probably can't even hardly see that. But see, I needed a very small bead so that, like I said, some head pins are a lot larger. And you won't have the problem. This just happens to be a real small one. Now I can look over here and stack. Alright, I want something. I was looking at putting this one on. It's kind of an odd long shape. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Now I need something on top of that to kind of make it stand out. Remember, this is just an accent at the top to create. Let's try one of these. And since the angel is green, look at that. That's pretty. But I think I need one more at the top. Where's that little silver one? Here it is over here. Now I can put this little silver one that kept falling off on the bottom. Look at that. So you just want something pretty. And you got to... Okay, so now there's that. Let me move all this out of the way. Alright, so now I can look and judge if I have too much at the top, too much wire left to make my circle. And that's a little too much. So I'm going to come up here. I'm going to put my little clipper, my little cutters right there. Then I'm going to cover it with my hand to keep it from popping. Now listen for it. Here, see, it clipped it off. And this didn't fly up and hit somebody or get stuck in something. Now I'm going to take my little funny pliers and I'm just going to bend a little bit. Then I'm going to reach back and bend a little more. Sometimes I'm trying to learn to maybe bend a little at a time and stop trying to make the whole... It seems like off camera when I start practicing again, if I would just bend a little bit instead of trying to do the whole circle in one, it worked better for me. Like I said, I'm not a professional at this. Okay, so now there's enough of a circle. I can bend it just a little more to make sure it's not going to come loose. I know this part is hard to see on camera, but once you're doing yours, you will understand. And you can straighten that up. Alright, so now I do have like a little hold. I have something. So I'm going to put this up here. Just like we did on the first one. I just need a hole for that. Now watch, I have the lobster clasp hooked on to the chain and then this little extra pretty bead at the top just to make the top look pretty. Now before I keep talking and doing anything or moving, I need to close this up with 2 pair of little pliers. You can't do it with your fingers. I think it'd be too hard. You simply lightly grab one side, grab this side, twist them back so they meet in the center. Just like that. Now there's, move all of this so you can see it. Lay it down. Alright, so that's how it looks. That's step 1. the clasp is on, the little extra beads over there. Now you still have a short chain over here, and you have the long chain. The short chain, we're simply going to add the angel. And the angel, thank goodness, comes already with one little circle, one little clasp. See it? See it swinging there? Alright, so all I have to do is reach up and get one of these little jump rings, hook it on that, in that circle. That loop, just hook it on. See? Then I can just hook this on. I don't need nothing else with the angel. She kind of stands by herself. Then oops. See, she came off. Grab it up again. Make sure you got the end circle. I tell you another thing too. I just had my nails done, but I had her to cut them short, you know, to make them short. But if you do have long nails, whew, it might be a challenge if you wear your nails long. But when you watch the bead people, they're good at it. Slowly twist the two little points back so they meet. And there is the angel. So far, let me lay it down again so we can always see. Here we go. So far I have the top with the little decorative bead up here. I have the angel all along, and then I have this long piece left. Now this one we want to do something big and dramatic, and I really want it. So now I've got to find another little small. Go back to that box. I should have got two when I got that one out. Okay, I think it was right here. I saw a little tiny bead. Let me go ahead and get this one out. Alright, let me get that bead. Now, Lord, help me see the hole. See the... Okay, great. There it is. Small little bead. Now I can start building. Okay, let's see. What do I want to build on this one? Okay, I want to start out large. So I'm going to put this big iridescent green. Isn't that pretty? Ooh-wee. Then I think I'll put a spacer. Look at that. There's a spacer on top. And bring it close. Isn't that pretty? Then I see this little funny little color bead. See, we're just using up anything now. Look at that one. Oh, look. Oh, oh, oh. Should I top it with a pearl? Angels always have pearls. Angels should always have their pearls. What do you think of that? Is that pretty? Think I need anything else on top? I think that's enough. I don't think I have any. Okay, an angel could have a little crown. Is that too much? Is that... Oh, her crown won't sit on her head right. It kind of looks like it's... I don't know. Should the angel have a little crown? Let's see if I see anything else to top my angel's head. Let me go over here. I don't like this one. This one's not as pretty. Let's see. See, you just... No, that's not pretty. Well, I don't think she'll have to... I don't guess she'll have a crown. Here's another tiny little bead. Let's see if... Like I said, now we're just playing using up beads. Now there's a little extra bead on top, a little clear one. That could be pretty, isn't it? And then I don't have to cut anything off because that's just enough to make a circle. So, let's get this. Start at the top. Let's rotate a little bit. Stop. Move the wire. Move the little thing back. Rotate a little more. Stop, move it back just a little bit more. See if that will work better than trying to do it all in one motion. Because one motion wasn't getting me anywhere. Now I'm going to just... Now I've got to try to work magic to get this to close up into some type of circle. I think that extra bead was just a little too much, but it's on there now, so I'm going to try to figure out something I can do. There we go. I just reached back and twisted it. And I got myself, I don't care how I did it, it may not be pretty, but I got myself a little hole. You see that? Now I can put, I need the jump ring. I have them already open. I go to the end of this chain. I grab the little circle, little chain. I hook it on there. Now I hook my last little decorative bead. I grab the my two little funny pointed nose pliers. I know they've got a name, but I don't know what it is. And I make those two little ends of the circle meet. Then I'll go back and tighten it off camera. I'll go back and make sure. Now let's lay it out and see what we have. Move all of this. Okay, I have a long one this time. There is the top with the clasp right there. Here's the extra beads to kind of make it just look pretty. I'll put them on that side so you can see it. Then here's the angel all by herself. Then here's the really decorative end of the whole of our whole charm. Now, how pretty is that? You see, I started to get better because I hadn't done it in a long time. And look how, I started out rough, but you see, now I want to do more. Isn't that pretty? Oh, my word. Okay. Well, all right, so now I'll have to clean up all this mess, but at least I got this done, and that will give me a couple of more days to get my sweater finished, and I will see you in 2 or 3 days, like I said, and I'll have my sweater on, and we'll have a chit-chat, and I'll give you the pros and cons, or you'll tell me what you think, or how we can, anything we can change or add to. Here's some of the ones that I just finished that are, you can see with the angel. Now see, this angel's gonna go on my blue one. Well, what do you think? This is Jay's Accent, the Happy Easter Charm tutorial. Just something I wanted to just add, just to kind of give you a break, give us a moment to just kind of relax while you're finishing up your sweater, and then we'll come together again. So, after just in 2 or 3 days, I'll see you again. Until then, happy crafting, and make yourself a beautiful, happy Easter charm. All right, see you soon.